I will do it on the basis of
I
military advice.
know you will. But Mr. Watkins, are you saying that in the last in your time since being Department, since 1981, which is unfortunately you are born, the threats in the last 18 months, 2 years, have changed at a greater pace and a more diverse nature than any time in our history as a nation? That is leading this review, not the budget. Because my argument is that if those threats are diverging, as everybody can see, you need more money. Not this route. Anyone can say, "Oh, the threats have changed, and we're going to change the way we do business." You've had a security and defence review 2 years ago, and now you're coming and saying these threats have changed so wildly. We just had no idea it was going to happen. We're going to have to have a look at everything. Do you see how it's quite hard to sell that credibly to the men and women who serve?
Well, as I said right at the beginning, in 2 years, we've had our own mainland attacked by terrorists.
Yeah. I don't dispute that, but
we've had cyber attacks on this
long-range, medium-level operations.
We've seen
on
Russian
a regular
aggression.
Basis. So, I accept that. We were at one stage conducting 2 medium-level operations in Iraq and Afghanistan. And you could arguably say, well, the military's never been that stretched before, so let's have another review and see what we can get rid of.
Do you accept, Secretary of State, that if the threats can change one way in 2 years, they can change another way in another 2 years? And the answer is that you need to keep as much of the whole range of capabilities, and if that requires that your rising budget needs to rise by rather a lot more, then that's surely what we need to do.
I've told you what my ambition is, that we have a rising budget. I want to see it go on rising, but the military do have to, every so often, they do have to review exactly what's needed, and they do have to prioritise.
Ruth has been champing at the bit, for waiting patiently, and I just want to. Okay, thank you. I will in a second. I just want to flag up the fact we may have to adjourn for a period for a vote, but we'll try and keep that as brief as possible. I gather you wanted to come in, Mr. Watkins.
Did you want to answer the question about the 2-year period and whether things have changed so much so more than they have in any time in our country's history to drive this review?
What I was going to say is that, as the Secretary of State said, we think that we identified the main threats and risks correctly in 2015. What we did not precisely get right was the velocity at which they are changing. And some of them, in particular cyber and space and so on, are changing very rapidly, which means that we have to prepare ourselves as a defence organisation for a broader range of threats and risks than before.